Welcome again. My name is Jude, Ikami Jude, and today, like I told you, I've got CP Chooks in the studio on a beautiful Thursday afternoon to discuss insecurity in this part of the world, this part of the country, Lagos State, Nigeria. Okay, and we're about to, have a very robust discussion today. And for some persons who called the last time and we weren't able to take your calls, we're sorry. But today you can put your call across as many as possible calls, but we'll try and take them. Okay, don't worry. So welcome to Matters. Okay. All right, let me quickly introduce the CP. He's just right here in the studio. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you and to the listeners.
Yeah, good afternoon to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will actually, continue from where we stopped the last time.
Okay.
I recall some persons were actually mentioning some, notorious spots in, Lagos, some locations that they feel people should people shouldn't forget. Let me just put it that way. They mentioned around Vokes.
Yes.
That area?
Ojo area.
Ojo area.
Yeah, exactly.
They also mentioned what's the name of this area now?
They mentioned Kara Bridge.
Kara Bridge.
Long Bridge.
Long
the 5
Bridge,
kilometer
exactly,
bridge.
and all of this is.
And then Third Mainland Bridge
Third
during
Mainland
peak
Bridge.
periods.
Yeah, and around Oworo
around
Shoki.
Oworo-Shoki, Lekki axis too.
Good.
Yes.
So, now, Yuletide is coming.
Exactly.
Christmas is coming.
That's right.
Where these notorious activities, is always on the rise.
Yes.
That's this particular moment.
Exactly.
And we now feel that, hey, the police, should start working as quickly as possible, But then you are a commissioner of police, former commissioner of police. You should know what, the police should be doing at this moment.
Yes.
Right? What, in your opinion, or where do you think they should start from? They
Okay.
start making sure they put things in place before we get to
The Yuletide
the
proper.
Yuletide proper.
Well, like I said the last time, usually towards the end of the year, the police does what they call operation order for the Christmas, New Year period. Around that time of the year, there is increased activities, commercial, and movement of people. And it has a corresponding effect of criminal elements trying to take undue advantage of people, especially people who are not very proactive to dispossess them of their valuables and cash. So when this operation order is done, the essence is to expect or direct the police various formations, divisions, area commands to be on their toes and do the needful. In other words, they try to specify critical areas that are very volatile and vulnerable.
Okay.
Those vulnerable and key points. Then they will emphasize deployments to cover such places and areas in order for the members of the public to enjoy their peace. Because that is the primary responsibility of the Nigeria police, to give them peace by protecting lives and property.
Exactly.
So in so doing, those criminal elements are kept at bay. They are suffocated to the extent that they won't have, leeway to operate and inconvenience members of the public. That's just the essence of that operation order. And if it is followed to the letters, I think the members of the public will breathe well. They'll be sleeping with two eyes closed. That's the essence of the operation order. And as we speak, I'm sure they will be rolling them out at the various commands, formation and area command, and getting themselves set, at least between now till the beginning of January. That's the way it's usually done. So it's now left for us, who are the members of the public, to see and watch the activities of the police within the period, whether they are living up to expectation. And what that means in essence is that they need to do more of visibility policing, where their presence should be felt. Visibility policing.
Okay.
Where their presence should be felt by members of the public. Presence is not only in traffic controls, but also in the area of operations, where patrol teams will strategically deploy and pin down at points that are vulnerable for criminals to, attack members of the public and maim or, kill, and in the process dispossess them of their valuables and their cash. So it is a question of mitigating and preventing them from perpetrating those nefarious acts. In other words, police is expected to be very proactive. You anticipate what is likely to happen.
But are they?
That's what we are watching. That's what we will watch out for now from this moment. They are supposed to. They are supposed to, like this morning, I went to the island through Third Mainland Bridge. From that intersection going towards Yaba, Epitemeta, I noticed very heavy traffic. And from there down into the island, we didn't even see the cause of the traffic. But we saw LASMA, we saw some policemen, doing their bit to ensure that the traffic flowed.
Okay.
And from what you notice, this thing I'm talking of happened around 10 o'clock, between 9 and 10 this morning. There isn't much presence of the patrol teams because this is not the time they need to come out. They need to do other things. But the time they need to come out is when offices are closing in the island and people are moving outward Lagos Island, that is heading towards Oworo. That's the time they need to come out.
Are you saying there are
and also those heading towards Aja, that's the time they need to be there.
Are you saying there are special times police do their normal?
No, usually they do routine patrols. But peak period is the time you have logjam, when people drive bumper to bumper. And that is the time these criminal elements come out to harass, intimidate, brutalize, and steal or rob innocent members of the public who are going home. And these members of the public are helpless because your vehicle cannot move. And in good number of cases around that Adeniji Adele axis, that Ilubiri entrance, there are some marshy grounds off the Third Mainland Bridge, wet grounds where they hibernate. And sometimes they come out from there to maim, rob, and disappear into thin air. And I believe these are bad boys from around that Adeniji Adele axis. So what is expected of the police is that around that time, they should come out as usual, park their vehicle and be watching the road. One. Then two, in their deployment, the elevated concrete median separating the two carriageways of the Third Mainland Bridge, they will mount on them at intervals. It's not a time for them to stay there and be making phone calls or cluster together and be gisting as if they are gossiping, the way market women do.
Exactly.
They should separate themselves at intervals. looking menacing, with their arms, showing that they are serious for business. Usually, they should be there from between 4 p.m. in the evening till about 9 p.m., 8, 9. By then, the traffic would have gone. And that is a lot of deterrent to these miscreants. Because when they see them like that they are prepared for them, I think they will quietly melt away. And they should apply the same in other areas, like that coca, a Greek coca bus stop.
Exactly. I think someone also mentioned that area.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They should put them there.
Yeah.
Put them in mile 2, heading towards Ojo. Their presence. They should concentrate in those places. Then towards Ikorodu Road, by mile 12 axis, K2, they should show a lot of presence there. Then around Oworo, they should do the same around Oworo exit. As you're descending from Third Mainland Bridge, they should maintain presence, keep their vehicle, keep men to watch the road. They can also extend to a bit of Oshodi, the top of the bridge, around that time, because traffic is beginning to build up because of those ones exiting into Agegemoto Road, heading towards Mushi from top of the Oshodi flyover. They need to maintain some presence there. I think if they do it at some of those strategic places, locations, people would have breathing space. Yes.
I love what you said, but you see, in Lagos State,
yes,
when a policeman is seen, in a particular location, it's believed that that policeman is on say illegal duty, and he's just there to collect
money.
Egunje,
okay.
You understand?
Okay. No, that is a wrong.
And sometimes you ask them, they leave their duty and start doing some other things. Like you said, they just cluster together and
as if they are gossiping
and they start discussing.
Yes. No, the thing is this: the postings for police personnel is specific. There are those who are to do traffic duties, and there are those who are to do patrols. And usually you notice that the people on traffic duties, they are not usually armed. But the ones that are doing patrol are the armed personnel. They can still swap them sometimes by way of posting. So the duty of the man on traffic is to ensure free flow of traffic. And you see, they usually work with LASMA, they work with Federal Road Safety Corps, to ensure smooth flow of traffic. That is why the ones on patrol give them covering fire. Because with those ones without arms, the bad boys or the criminal elements can still capitalize and be collecting people's phone, laptops, bags, and other valuables. But those who are on patrol are supposed to, even if they were doing routine patrol, moving around, at that peak period, they are supposed to pin down.
Okay.
There won't be need to patrol again because the road is even congested. Where are you patrolling to? And be watching the road. Especially those critical areas that people have been complaining about. You remember the last time they were complaining about Orile Koka, that particular Greek Orile Koka axis. And that mile 2, between mile 2 heading towards Ojo. They need to always pin down and watch those stretch of the road. And also the Third Mainland Bridge. There are some other areas too, but these ones are just the more critical ones that even those people who were phoning in the last time, 2 days ago on Tuesday when we had the program, those were the places they emphasized on.
Yeah.
And as the program progresses today, if they come up with some other areas, we will still analyze them. Yes.
Now, I mentioned something. I said Yuletide is fast approaching.
Yes.
And now, some people will say that it is the police alone or the duty to protect lives and property, citizens, is more of the duty of the police.
Police is the lead internal security agency for the country. All others are supporting them, including the military. The military's primary responsibility is to go for war, to protect the country from external aggression and internal subversion. So for them, assisting police is just like supporting them due to dearth of manpower, and the area of coverage. You see, the manpower vis-a-vis area of coverage is really a challenge for the police. So the thing should not be left for the police alone. We have other armed agencies like civil defense. Civil defense, the DSS, and the military. They can always come in to support the police. Like in Lagos, I can see Operation Mesa. You see the Air Force, they have their own.
Yeah.
The Navy, they have their own. The Army, they have their own. So they should be complementing whatever role the police is playing. Like the attacks we've been having in Lagos Ibadan Express, you remember we are shouting on that on the radio here, and I'm sure it would have galvanized the deployment on that road. It's not only the police that is there now, from what I heard. The military are also patrolling that Lagos Ibadan Express, as well as the civil defense. Well, for the DSS, you don't need to know them. They do covert operations. So I believe they are there too, to mitigate these surging criminalities on this axis.
Now, that is like a foundation to
Yes.
where we're going to. All of
Okay.
this we've just discussed.
I know.
It's like a foundation to where we're going to. Now, this is what we're going to.
Okay.
Let me touch on it a little.
Yeah.
The idea of having, you said police should
Yes.
respond first. The core duty,
Yes,
when
that-
it comes to protecting lives and property, is not
That's their primary
the
responsibility.
yeah,
Exactly.
but you shouldn't expect road safety to show first.
No, no,
you
no,
shouldn't
no.
expect army.
Road safety.
You shouldn't expect
Road
some other.
safety is for traffic.
now,
Yes.
okay.
Traffic checks and controls.
Exactly. So we shouldn't expect those people.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now we should expect the police.
Yes.
Why is it that on several occasions I discovered that police don't get to a scene
Of crime.
as at when they are
Due,
supposed to get there, as
the-
at when due.
Okay. Now let me respond to that. They have this challenge of mobility. If you get to,
And that's what we're going to.
yes, if you
Okay.
get to many of the stations, you see that the vehicles are broken down. They have problem of maintenance. So you find out that in good number of cases,
CP, sorry. Why is it that it's every police station you get to, you find a broken down vehicle?
that's what I'm saying.
Almost all the police stations.
Maintenance problem. You see, if you go to civilized societies or developed economies, and even some developing economies, they pay a lot of attention to security. In other words, they need to be servicing them or providing them with enough vehicles, fueling those vehicles. And these are vehicles that are not luxury vehicles that you say the vehicle will take Oga to the office, drop him and park and be waiting for Oga till when Oga closes. He carries Oga home. These are vehicles that are on duty for 24 hours. And it's being driven by different people. These people on duty will do maybe 12 hours or 8 hours as the case may be.
Okay.
8 hours is where they have manpower. Good number of places is 12 hours. The driver parks it. The next man takes over the vehicle. So the vehicle hardly goes to mechanic for changing of oil and for maintenance. That is one. Then the second issue is, even to do those maintenance, where is the funds to do it, including the fueling? So you find out that in some of those areas, the members of the public are assisting. Like the PCRC, in good number of cases, will say, okay, let us help them and be giving them fuel. Sometimes PCRC in some places will buy tires and so yeah, let them put tire, at least let the vehicle be moving. Sometimes they will maintain and the vehicle completely grounds to a halt. Let me even give you one instance. When I was in the airport as Assistant Commissioner of Police Operations, that was during Fashola's time, I approached the governor then, Fashola, through the former CP Lagos, who has just retired, Odumosu.
Okay.
He was in charge of RRS. He now helped me, got 2 brand new Hilux vehicles through the Police Security Trust Fund in Lagos. Do you know that those are the vehicles that are still there, patrolling.
Really?
Up till now, since 2013, 9 years. And it took a lot of approach, begging, going and coming before they were able to get one about 2 years ago in 2020, 7 years after. And these are vehicles that are there doing 24/7. Then the question is, sometimes we need to ask ourselves the truth. These vehicles, they are not personalized. They are not serving any particular person. They are, you see, the airport is a critical infrastructure and it's an international gateway. And it has also domestic wing to cater for. And if you look at Lagos, for instance, it's peculiar. It has the highest air traffic in terms of flights. In fact, if you put together all other airports in Nigeria, at a point there were about 26, 27 airports in Nigeria. I'm talking of domestic airports. The Lagos hub alone carries the carriage of flights it has is more than the other 25, 26 put together. So with this traffic, international people coming, people jetting out, people flying domestically, you need to secure them. You need to protect them within the airport area. They need to be getting vehicles on a regular basis. Service the vehicles, fuel the vehicles for them. So that if there is response to distress, they can quickly move. Not a question of there is problem or there are some suspicious elements trying to trail some travelers either in or out of the airport. Please respond and check out what is happening there. You see them pushing the vehicle. They'll be pushing. I've seen it within these few months. They'll be pushing. And I will look at it and say, which type of impression are we giving to the outside world? Yet you are asking foreign investors to come and invest. These are discouraging factors. In fact, Lagos is supposed to showcase that this is what Nigeria is.
CP,
especially at the international airport area.
Whose duty is it to actually take care of those vehicles? Is it the DPO?
Where would they from his salary?
One, or is it the government, the federal government, or the state government, or the local government?
My brother, it's a complex situation. It is supposed to be a collective responsibility. We don't wait for police high command to do it all because they don't have the funds to trickle down up to those divisions on a regular basis to be fueling and maintaining these vehicles. That is why I have always given kudos to some of the state governments, if not all, because they've taken it upon themselves to buy vehicles and distribute to commands. The state governments are not in a position to tell you to take it to Division A or to Division B or to Sulere Division and so on. It's now left for the Commissioner of Police to use his own discretion and know areas of need to send those vehicles to. Then, well, if I am to advise the government and things are to be done in the proper way, it's not just to give somebody knife and hoe and tell him go and farm. You need to also be giving him implements, the seedlings and fertilizer and small allowance for him to clear remove the weeds and plant the thing and be watering it. So you can't just give vehicles and say bye-bye. If it is possible, if I am to advise, they should have designated filling stations where the government will pay. They used to do it during the military era. Fuel the place, fill the tanks, and say, so and so quantity of products. Those patrol vehicles only, not personal vehicle of any police officer, should go there and every day go and take maybe 10 liters or 15 liters. It will mitigate this issue of bribery and corruption.
But I thought it's been like that, actually.
I don't know. I'm not in Lagos Command, so I wouldn't know whether it is still like that or not. But from what I've been hearing from the grapevine, it is no longer workable or tenable or feasible for now. But I think the interventionist agency, which is the Security Trust Fund, should look at that direction in terms of maintenance of those vehicles and in terms of fueling. At least when you do that, you have solved the problem more than 50%. Then if you see anybody claiming when he's extorting money on the road, he say, how do you expect us to fuel? This is where we will get money to fuel and service the vehicle. Then you can now be very hard on such personnel. In as much as I'm not trying to encourage the personnel to extort money from anybody now. It's unprofessional and it's unlawful.
Some couple of years ago, I learned, though I really didn't verify,
Okay.
this thing. But then I was told that they are being given money from the federal government sponsor this. Like they take care of those vehicles. They give out money for the vehicles to be fixed and stuff. But
Okay.
they find out that these police officers eat the money. They
That's an
divert
allegation.
the funds, allegedly.
That's allegedly, yes. Well, it's neither here nor there. It may be true to an extent. But then the second question is how much? Would whatever they bring be enough? We need to tell ourselves the truth. We need to verify. If we want to do an analysis, let's go deep down and say how much are you even bringing?
Are you saying this because you are a commissioner of police?
Not necessarily. It's from the experience I had while I was in the system. It's not easy. But we need to start from somewhere and get the system move. And that is part of the suggestion I've just given. Don't give anybody the cash. Get the materials for them to work. Keep the fuel. Tell them when the vehicle have issues, go to so and so workshop. They'll fix it. And possibly the workshop should not be private workshops because there'll be collusion.
Where do they now go to?
There should be government workshops that will be under thorough supervision to know what they are doing. So that if you say you're fixing tires, it will be audited. There'll be a process where it will be monitored to be sure that you have given out the tire. And people will sign for it that the tires has been fixed in the vehicle.
Now, what will it take the police trust fund,
Yes.
or the police commission,
Yes.
to actually have a place,
Yes.
where these police vans or vehicles are fixed?
That's exactly what we are saying
You just
now.
said the government workshop,
Yes.
and I'm saying for the police alone, police workshop, where it's just for
Let me even tell you, the police workshop will not work.
how?
It's a system I've gone through now. It will not work. It is not something that will start. If we begin to analyze it here, it will not go from
Where
this
where we
program.
fix even officers' vehicles and
It's not
police
nec-
vans
no, there is a
and
lot.
escorts and these things.
The thing is this: when you get to the workshop, you ask yourself the question: where are the materials to work? Sometimes you ask of the tools, spanner, jack, this and that and that and this. The man doing the work will tell you it is his own personal one he's using to do this thing for you. That there is none. There's none. So there is supposed to be, if you want to set up standard police workshops, there has to be checks and balances. If you buy equipment to fix, you take stock of what you're buying. And from time to time, people should render account. Not a situation you buy, you abandon. You leave. This one comes today, the other one goes tomorrow. Before you know it, everything has vanished. They have disappeared. That's exactly what I'm saying. So if it would be a good thing too, if the Security Trust Fund can set up workshops, it will be a wonderful thing. And they will not leave it only for police to manage. They should also get some mechanics from outside, civilians, and put them together. So that whatever is being done there is accounted for. That's where we are going.
And you would ask yourself, these are our leaders,
Yes.
in government.
Yes.
They service their cars,
Of course. Yes.
They are, what do we call that now?
Fleets
The fleets of cars.
of vehicles.
They
Yes.
service all of them. You would ask yourself, how and where do they do all of these things? Do Do they have private people who do that for them?
Well, in the ministries, departments, and agencies, they have their interests. They have enough. So they can decide to be servicing and maintaining in some of those outlets where you have Globe Motors or you have Carlink and all these other companies that import. Because if you look at it, let us tell ourselves the truth. The type of vehicles they use are SUVs and very expensive cars, including bulletproof vehicles. So it's not a roadside mechanic that attends to them. It is corporate arrangement. And I believe strongly too that they have provision for that.
The police also should have something like that.
Well, that's where the cookie crumbled. That's the crux of the matter. It's not just having it, but making it sustainable and making it workable. It's not a question of set up workshop and you don't have the tools to get the thing work. And it's not just setting it up, you also need supervision of what goes on there. You need controls. You need checks and balances to be sure that everything that is there, and that people who are kept there are competent and they know what they are doing and they are doing what they are expected to do. They don't have need to be taking vehicles to the roadside panel beaters, mechanics, and so on and so forth, welders and so on. They are supposed to have them in-house and have the equipment to do that. After all, they are employees of government and they are paid salaries. Do you engage them and pay them salary to be sitting down? In the morning, in the evening, they just go. That's the question. So you need to get them engaged and provide them with things to work. And then do a further instructions, orders and directives that once you have a problem with your vehicle, take it to the workshop. They have logbooks where they will enter. They will enter whatever vehicles that came and what they did.
Whatever they've
done on the vehicles. And if it is the ones that require to be replaced with tires, I mean, you can go to those workshops, you won't see one single tire. Yes. Transport workshop is supposed to have stock of new tires for various vehicle types they are using, whether it is lorry, it is pickups, or it is cars. So that once it is issue of tire, they go and open the store. There will be a storekeeper who will be keeping records. So that once you're coming, for instance, from Iponri Police Division, you take 2 tires or 4. They will record it. You come and sign. It's not for you to take the tire and get away. They will fix it right there. Right there at the workshop. Then you can now drive it to your station to go and begin to work with it. And the same will apply to servicing. They are expected to get cartons of lubricants and engine oil, including brake fluid and so on and so forth. They'll stock them. In fact, if you give them one container, whether it is 33 feet container quantity or double the size, is it 40 feet or whatever, it's not too big for a command to have that. Then everybody will now be directed, go there and maintain your vehicle. Then the Security Trust Fund will take care of the expenses. That's what an ideal setting is supposed to be. But have we gotten to that level yet? We are yet to see that. That is why when you get to the stations, you see a lot of vehicles broken down and parked there. It's only the public supporting, maybe PCRC or some well-meaning individuals in the area.
I am also very, very I'm correct if I say that if you go to the police station in my village, you see 1 or 2 police vehicles, entering the ground already.
I won't be surprised to hear that. It's not a new thing. If you go to a lot of state commands outside Lagos, I think Lagos is the most functional and most effective in terms of maintenance of police vehicles compared to any part of the federation. If you see the number of vehicles the state government through the Security Trust Fund provides to the police, you'll be impressed. That's why you go to some stations, you see 2 vehicles serviceable, 3 vehicles serviceable, and they deploy them for patrols and for other sundry duties.
You know, back to these, I also feel that, you know, the DPO can do something. Sometimes when you go to a police station, they'll tell you bail is free.
Yes, it is.
It is free.
It's free.
But is it really free?
It's well, under the law, it's free. So anybody.
Commissioner of Police.
Let me answer you that.
Is this bail really free?
It is free. So anybody doing something outside that is an infraction. It's unlawful and it's illegal. You're not supposed to begin to charge people money to get their freedom.
But all of this money we spend,
yes,
when you go to a police station,
yes,
what is it used for? What would you call that?
As far as I'm concerned,
is it not part of the bail?
No. Bail is connected to issue of somebody who is supposed to be in detention or who is under arrest and has been taken to the station, has made statement as a suspected person. In other words, the person has undergone interrogation.
Okay.
There are offenses that are bailable. There are those that are not bailable. Those that are not bailable are the ones that are capital offense related. It has to do with murder, armed robbery, kidnapping, rape, defilement, arson, and so on and so forth, including tampering with pipeline or high tension. Those ones, it is only you need to charge them to court. It's only the courts, the high courts, or courts of certain competent jurisdiction that can determine the fate of the suspects, whether they should be remanded in correctional services detention center or they should be remanded in police custody. But the other minor ones, they are available, like assault, stealing, and so on and so forth. Those minor cases are free, where people fight and so on. Those are bailable offenses. And they are supposed to give them, the thing is free. It's free. But there are people mix up issue of bail with other services rendered by police. There are services like when you have events and you need police to come and cover the events, you pay. There are prices, attached for such coverages. It's not when you pay for that one, you come out and say you have paid for bail. That has nothing to do with bail. Bail issue is only related to crime sections of the division. That is headed by the divisional crime officer. They usually have DCO 1, DCO 2, and sometimes DCO 3. Then sometimes the DPO 2 may feel that there's so much work for the DCO, that's the divisional crime. He can still create other sections like surveillance, or monitoring, or suspect squad and so on and so forth. When they arrest people too, those people are still subject to bail because they have made statements and case file has been compiled for them. You understand what I'm saying? So it is different from a situation where you have events, weddings, burial ceremonies, maybe political party rallies and so on and so forth. In that case, they will charge you and you have to pay.
Is it in the law?
It's lawful. Nobody will frown against that. Even the man paying is not complaining.
But their duty is to protect lives and property.
Yes, their duty, that one is a special duty. It's not the regular duty. The regular duty is for them to provide security for lives and property. Their duty is not to come for you that you're doing your 70th birthday and then you take up a event center, and or you take up a field in Mafoluku or in Ketu, then you expect police to come there and begin to provide security for you. No, it's not their duty. Their duty is only to patrol around the area and go. But because you are concerned that your invited guests should not be harassed or dispossessed of their property, that's why you go to the division and ask for additional manpower that will come and pin down in that place and be sure they check, they control and checkmate who comes in and who goes out. And their presence will now be like a deterrent to these criminal elements.
Okay, now, don't you think all of these monies,
Yes.
how even if it's that small or
Yes.
big,
Yes.
can't the police use these monies to, fix these vehicles we're still talking about?
My brother, go and check cost of spare parts. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Some of us have vehicles now. Cost of maintenance is high.
But the police also make money.
Well,
Because there are always cases here and there, and people have been bailed.
okay, okay, you are going back to illegality again.
No, we're not talking. No.
If you say cases here and there, it seems as if they are expected to take money from those cases.
No.
That means encouraging corruption.
We understand
Yes.
that there are some illegalities in the police system.
Yes,
But
there
that's
are.
not what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Right? But I'm talking about these bail
Yes.
can be used.
Bail is unlawful now. It's illegal. You can't be encouraging it that people should go and
Because
collect
the
money.
police system needs money for operations.
So
and
are
here
you
and there.
encouraging them to take money for bail?
No.
So we are saying we are looking for a way forward. We shouldn't be emphasizing on that bail.
Wait.
Yes.
Commissioner, wait.
Exactly.
I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this. We have, when you get to a police station,
Yes.
even if they tell you bail is free,
Yes.
you see, finally, you spend some amount of money, sometimes a reasonable amount of money, to get yourself out. I want to believe.
It's unfortunate, really. If that is the case, it's unfortunate. Yes.
I want to believe that
Yes.
this money can be deployed to do better things, around the police station. I mean, why would you have a vehicle that is almost dead and you can't?
Let me tell you one thing. We are all different individuals.
Okay.
And we have our different backgrounds. When I was a DPO, I had my way of doing things, and I was always succeeding. Though not in Lagos, I was a DPO in the southeast in Abia State.
Okay.
I used to get what I want, not through
How?
extortion, not through corruption. I'll call my friends. I'll tell them this and this and this and this and that are what I want to do in the station. Fix vehicle.
Who are your friends? The friends you're talking about?
Personal friends and friends of the station, friends of the office who come to greet me, and I see them as men of means. Some of them are industrialists, some of them are businessmen, some are professionals. I'll call them and say, this is what I want to do. They say, okay, how much will it take? I say, I don't need your money. Don't bring money. Bring the men and material to do this for me. I know you can do it. And within, the news just went around that this one is a different one. Oh. He's not asking for money. Oh. He only say, come, if you can do tiles, come and do tiling for us. If you can remove this old zinc that is leaking everywhere, put long span for us. That's what he wants. He's not asking you for your money. You see, people will come out with their hearts and give you the best. I got the place, put borehole, put generator, put long span roofing sheet, remove louvers, put in sliding windows, tile the whole place without collecting one copper from anybody. And without putting in my own money. They were doing it with happiness. They say, this one is transparency. Oh. To the extent they even had to do the fence for the station, painted the whole place. People were wondering, where did this man get all this money from? My then Commissioner of Police, Edgar Tan Nanakumu, of blessed memory, retired as AIG from Bayelsa. They went and even told lies to him that this man there collected millions of naira from people. And did he come to give you some? Go and see what he's doing there. Did he even account to you how he did it? that the best thing is to remove him from there. And I was just removed. I laughed. I was on my own when the CP then went to visit the judiciary. And one judge, High Court judge, who later became Chief Judge of Abia State, raised the hand and said, look, there's a man working in my place. He has turned the place completely. Before he came, no vehicle was moving. He was able to bring one brand new Hilux and refix the other one. That's the man they now removed. The man said, what? The man now sent for me. I came. He said, how did you do all those things? I said, nobody gave me cover. I only brought people and told them what I want. And they did it on their own. He said, please go back and continue your good job. That everybody has been coming here to come, including that judge, in presence of all the judges in
Really?
I'm telling you. They say you're a good, go there. You are a standard.
What's the name of the place?
Osisioma Police Division in Abia State. I did that there. And then when I went to the second station, they call a World Bank, Abai. I did the same thing there. Before I got my promotion to Assistant Commissioner of Police and left that place to Abuja. That's the way to get things done. So that the public will see transparency in what you're doing. And aside from that, you will still not be hungry. So long as you're a contented person, public will come to appreciate you when you do the good job. They'll be looking for you and say, you're doing good. Please take this for this or take this. Not for whatever, it's just for you. You'll be getting it from them. Not when you begin as if you're losing lions from the zoo on prayer. They become predators on prayer. That go there and grab them. Go here and collect money. No. It's not supposed to be like that. And another thing they need to do too is to work hand in hand with the public. If there is that trust, if there is that belief, and there is that confidence in what you're doing, they'll support you. They'll give you credible intelligence and information so that you can come back and plan intensive raiding of criminal hideouts, and you get results. You recover arms, you arrest suspects, you follow the due process and the rule of law, you charge them to court. You see them ending up in former prisons, in quotes, that's correctional service detention facilities.
Yeah.
I was doing all that when I was a DPO. That was about 15 years back, 15, 20 years ago. Oh, well, barely 15 years back. So that's the way to go. And you'll be recording success. And the public will have more confidence in what you're doing. So a situation where you expect to be getting it through bail, or for them to be on the road and collecting money, dirty money, cost money, and be bringing for you, you will not sleep well. I'm telling you.
Commissioner,
yes.
You are saying it's dirty money.
Yes, it is.
Cursed money.
Yes, it is.
But police like this money.
It's not police. It's individuals.
Individuals.
Some individuals in the system.
Is that how you want to put it?
That's the way it is. In every 12, there is Judas. There will always be black legs. Some of them, they are sent by their cohorts who believe in that sort of way of enriching themselves. But some are there on their own, without being told to go and do all that type of rubbish.
When you say cohorts, you mean in quotes Oga at the top or something?
I'm not talking of Oga at the top. It could be at the same lateral level. It could still be Oga at the top.
Okay.
It could be. It may or may not. So I'm not specific on that.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. I'm here with a former commissioner of police. Yes, his name is Chuks Enwo. He is a former commissioner of police in Oyo State, and he's breaking down these things we ought to know. Sometimes they say, do you know your right?
Yes.
They say, when you tell a policeman, I know my right, and the person will adjust. Really, you know your right.
Of course.
We'll get to the issue of rights.
Okay.
All right.
All
but
right.
then, let's come back to this matter.
Okay.
Don't forget, we are streaming live, all right, on YouTube and all of our social media platforms. Yeah, on YouTube, Voice of the People 90.3 FM on YouTube. VOP 90.3 FM. Go there on YouTube, and very soon I would open up the studio line so you can participate, so you can talk. You can ask him questions. Yeah. As regards stuff about insecurity in Lagos State, or maybe your state.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. We are there. I'm available. I will always analyze.
So then you can do that. But don't forget, like I said, VOP 90.3 FM on YouTube. And maybe you want to drop a message via WhatsApp. 0700 903 9039 is the number. 0700 903 9039. It's the number to send your message to via WhatsApp. 0700 903 9039. Okay? But I am not going to open the studio line yet, but any moment from now. Okay? Any moment from now. Sippy,
Yes.
let's continue.
Yes.
There is this thing about the police. Okay, now let's talk about state policing.
Okay.
This big thing that some persons have refused to,
Endorse.
endorse. State police.
Yes.
Do you think it will also go, a long way to help the level of insecurity in Nigeria, or it's just gonna put money in some people's pocket, as it were?
It's a big question. But we have to start from somewhere. As far as the security system is concerned, I believe, and strongly too, that the existing police structure needs to be supported and sustained. The issue of state police should not come up for now.
Did you say that?
Yes.
It shouldn't come for now?
It shouldn't come
Please
up.
tell us more.
Yeah, what I'm saying in essence is that the present police system we have needs to be strengthened and sustained first. Then, as we move on, when we would have stabilized the security system, then you can now start thinking of state police. In as much as we speak, we have pseudo security agencies coming up in some states. It's like a support for what police is doing. It's okay. At least they are operating at the community and rural settings. I don't want to call names, but you know what I'm saying. You see,
Are you sure I know what you're saying?
yes, I think so.
That you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Well, like, okay, let me go direct. Like, we have the Amoteku in some states in the southwest. They should also be encouraged because they are equally supporting the police. They are supporting the police. They are making arrests of criminal elements. But the thing is this, when they make arrests, they should do the needful by handing them over to either police or DSS or military or any security agency for proper profiling and further action. You see, why I'm saying this is that if you bring in state police now, the control of firearms will become an added issue. So a lot of agencies now are carrying arms. Let us limit ourselves in terms of arm control.
But can't that be controlled?
When there are many, how do you control that?
See,
Because in the course of bearing these arms, there are consequences. So if you're careless, the arms will go into the wrong hands, to go into the bandits' hands, the kidnappers' hands, the armed robbers, and people who are involved in very violent crimes. and they'll turn it back against both the police and the larger society. So let us look at that side of arms control first. Let us be sure that the present system is sustained.
But then I still also believe that the federal government can put some measures in place. You know, you can't send the child a message and not equip that child with whatever you want the child to do for you.
I think the federal government is doing its best so far, because from time to time they import arms and ammunition for use by both the police and the military. So we cannot say that, but what I'm saying too is that it is not enough. Those arms and ammunition are not enough. And as we are heading towards the elections, which is a critical time, the arms and ammunition are not needed during elections. What we need is tear gas or smoke, because that's what you use in dispersing violent and riotous mob who may want to thwart the electoral process. So you need to have them. It's not that we are having them to begin to, to use them on innocent members of the public. It is when they now go riotous or they want to break down law and order, you can now use it on them. Then they also need to buy more water cannons for police. The one they use in sprinkling hot water and so on and so on, and blue and all that, like you see in even in South Africa, in Egypt and Kenya and all that. There are many in developed societies, but there are very few around here. So they need to get more of them.
CP.
Yes.
The insecurity bedeviling our country is alarming.
It is.
And people have been clamoring over time
yes.
For the presence of state police. That state police should be given a go-ahead to operate. That these people know the nooks and crannies, they know the area, they know the state, they know the community, they know the environment. So why not give them the go-ahead to operate? And you were saying because of the proliferation of arms and all of that.
Proliferation
and I'm
of
saying
arms,
something
yes.
can be done,
to
curtail that.
Yes, some states are taking initiatives. Like if you go to Southeast, some of the states they have vigilante. Whatever name, whatever name you call it, they have even they have JTF, civilian JTF in the Northeast, and they have.
But this is not the kind of state police I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, that one will come up later, because look, let me be frank with you. What do you gain by duplicating roles, and at the end of the day, you can't have 70% success in setting up. You set up this agency, you set up that agency, you arm here, you arm there, and you're not achieving at least 90% success after spending so much. So why don't you concentrate on those few you have and equip them and make them functional? Then when you know you have attained certain level and you have stabilized, then you can now begin to talk issue of bringing in state police. That's where I'm going to. So all the pseudo security outfits we are having, they are also, helping. They are assisting the police, by way of apprehending criminals and getting them through investigative processes and, probably taking them to courts of competent jurisdiction. To adjudicate on their matters. So that is it.
I still want to believe that, but like I said, very soon I'll open up the studio line and let's hear from Nigerians.
Yes, we are there.
But the idea of when you said we do, okay, let me ask you verbatim now, a straightforward question.
Go ahead.
Do we need state police in Nigeria? Yes or no?
Well, like I told you, these things is a function of time. Time will determine.
No, okay. So what about now?
Not now.
Not now.
No, not now. When you look at the economic quagmire, that shouldn't be the emphasis. We are talking of how to service debts. We are talking of the federal government account running red. Do you know the amount of money you're spending in servicing debts, foreign debts? You're talking of oil theft. You're talking of this challenge. You're talking of that challenge. And you leave all those things and you're talking of... that's why I say you should sustain and maintain the one you have now. When you have balanced and you have recorded some recovery, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Then you can go further into these other areas. We have a lot of challenges. Look at what we are seeing in the educational sector, in the system that tertiary institution like universities was on strike for a long time. Is it a palatable story? You look at the health institutions, the challenges we are having there. You look at graduate unemployment. These are a lot of things to attend to. And we are talking of state police. As far as I'm concerned, it is not an absolute priority for now. It can come up later. It's not that we are going to jettison the idea completely.
When you say later,
yes.
when?
It's relative. Later could be immediately after the elections. But you have to look at your pocket too. Have you balanced? You need to balance. You need to balance. You have a lot of... there is a scale of preference. So when you look at the scale, you look at more, challenging issues. There's a lot to look at, my brother. Look at even the pension issue for retirees. That's another issue on its own. Look at salaries for workers. There's still agitation for minimum wage and all that. We are talking of all these problems. And you are telling me state police. We know that security is prime.
And with the level of kidnapping that we're facing in the country,
it is worrisome.
It should wait?
No. You don't,
I believe
you don't need state police to check kidnapping. What are all these pseudo agencies you're creating doing? Amoteku and so on and so forth. They are to help us like forest guards to look inside the bush. They work with the community. They get information. They know they will give them information where the camps are. And they will bust the camps. They will only bring in police, bring in the military, SSS and so on and so on, civil defense, and raid those places. And by the time you destroy the camps, make arrests, recover arms, you have mitigated or minimized the level of kidnapping and violent crimes in that area.
Because I also went through a document,
yes.
Talking about the issues and the challenges of having state police in Nigeria.
Okay.
And the opening line
yes.
of that particular document,
yes.
sentence, it says
okay.
That the introduction of state police into Nigerian policing system has been widely suggested
yes.
as the only solution for the curbing of the incessant security, issues in our country. The only.
It's not the only solution. We're already solving the problems. Though,
to what extent?
No, that's the thing. As you're solving here, the thing is shifting there. Like I have always said, it is a collective responsibility. You don't leave the job for police alone. Public have a role to play.
Okay.
We expect the public to give us the intelligence and the information because they are the ones at those points of impact. They are seeing them, the so-called kidnappers and unknown gunmen. They are not spirits. They stay somewhere. They stay in the bush. They operate from the bush. Are you trying to tell me that some farmers, hunters, and community people are not seeing them? And seeing the activities they are perpetrating, bringing in people with eyes covered. Are they not seeing? Their own is only to pass information that, CEO, I noticed so and so strange movement in my neighborhood. And that's why I say I should come to you and inform you. Then they know how to work out, to move in and check out that information, whether it is right or it is wrong.
Okay, I think I still have. We will continue this conversation.
Okay.
But then let's involve Nigerians. Let's
Okay.
involve people.
Okay.
It's time to hear from Nigerians, the people.
Yes.
We are the voice of the people, so we always want to hear from the people.
Exactly.
It's very, very important.
It is.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. You're still on to Matters, and it's time to talk to you. It's time to hear your own views, your takes, your opinion on these things. State policing, especially like he said, according to him, should wait. All right?
Yes.
Should wait.
Yes.
But and in case you're just joining, also just tuning in, I am actually having a conversation, a robust conversation with someone who is not just a baby in the policing system. He's an adult in the policing system. I'm talking about CP Chooks, and one way he is a former commissioner of police. You'll say, so he's a big man. He knows what he's saying. But then he has said that the idea of introducing state police right now is not what we need. What's your own take on this? 0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. 0700 903 903 903. Yeah. Hello, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Hello? Oh, okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Mr. Biga Ibekwe.
Welcome.
I've been following the retired commissioner of police.
Sorry, what's your name again?
Mr. Biga Ibekwe.
Biga, where have you been? All right, go ahead. Please talk to us.
You see, Chukse is a gentleman commissioner of police.
Thank you.
He's a gentleman. His type are rare in the police force. I've been following him from when he was at the airport to when he became a commissioner at your state.
Oh.
I even till when he was in Abuja. And also he's a gentleman police officer.
Thank you.
Having said that, there is this issue of state police. I strongly wish to disagree with him. You see, the governor is the chief security officer in a state. Why the entire security command is under the command or is under Abuja? Am I correct? I'm correct, I know. How then can the commissioner ensure security in his state? We have had a situation where there are some issues. Governors will now call the commissioner. The commissioner will be reluctant. Now the governor will move a step further to call Abuja. Abuja will be reluctant. If there is a state police, such situation will be checked immediately. That is one. Now, the security situation in the country calls for localization of security agenda and initiatives. That is precisely what it is. Because if you now hear that some marauders, some bandits are approaching, and you, as a governor, you have command to deploy the security initiative instead of calling Abuja, instead of calling the commissioner of police. It would be more effective. So I want the commissioner to really look at it and address it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling.
Yes, in response to what the last caller, Biga Ibekwe, came up with, there is no way a governor will give a commissioner of police instruction and he will disobey it. They don't ever work at cross purpose. They work in tandem. But where they disagree is when the thing becomes a bit political, where he will tell the CP that he wants him to go and pick so and so and so and so and so and put them away. And the CP will use his discretion and initiative and view the thing and see that it has political undertone. He will only tell the governor, okay, I've heard you. I will look at it objectively and act. He will contact Abuja and say, see what is on ground. Abuja will say, don't even go there. If you go there, you're on your own. Because it seems that this has to do with politics. Leave them, let them resolve their political issues. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only point you see a governor disagreeing with the commissioner of police. Otherwise, if it is clearly crime control, there's no way two of them. They always work in tandem. I'm telling you. Then secondly, you remember, I don't know whether it's in this studio or some other studio, I made that clarification on state police, that in the 50s, late Abubakar Rimi, who was the former governor of Kano State, of blessed memory, during the Second Republic.
Rimi, yeah.
He was governor in Kano between 1st of October 79 to 1st of October 1983, before Barakin Zuwo took over from him, from PROP. Rimi, in one of his write-ups or memoirs in those days, said that he was contesting election in the 50s under Northern Element People's Union, NEPU, which is an opposition of the then Northern People's Congress, NPC. That he was on the road. You know, that time there were no metro vehicles. He was on his bicycle. The Native Authority Police, NA Police of Northern Nigeria, was directed that this one, if you leave him the way he's going to win an election, that he should be put away. They collected the man and went and detained Rimi without charges, nothing, till the election was over. They made sure they skimmed him out. The records are there, the memos are there. It was after the election they now released him. So that was what made the military government, immediately they came in 1966, January 66, and subsequently, July 29, 1966. They harmonized everything, Northern Police, Eastern Police, or Western Police, they integrated it into the Nigeria Police Force. Go and check the history. And ever since then.
In 1966?
Yes, in 1966. First, 15 January, the time JTU, Johnson Thomas, Umunakwe Agui Ronsi, took over the Major General. Till he was assassinated on 29th of July 1966, when General Yakubu Gowon took over then as a Lieutenant Colonel Yakubu Gowon. Now, from then onwards till today, they saw the danger of running two parallel police in a developing nation like Nigeria. If you get overseas, it works very well. Like if you get to the US, you see New York Police Department, NYPD, they are there. You see the federal police, they are there. They work hand in hand. If you go to LA, you see Los Angeles Police Department. If you go to many places in US, the states have their own, the federal have their own, and they work hand in hand because of their level of civilization, education, exposure, and all that. We don't have all that here. It will take a lot here because, let me be very frank with you. If you have state police, the fear and the danger a lot of people are having is that the maturity level politically in Nigeria has not reached the stage that the two can function side by side. That's why I say it's a question of time. Let us move step by step. When we get there, we will know. Somebody can say, look, this opponent, that they should not campaign at all.
Hold on, please.
All right.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, come in.
Yeah, my name is Ike. I'm calling from Onkota.
Welcome.
Yeah. Honestly, I agree with the former commissioner of police that Nigeria is not right now to have a state police. An example, you see what Wike did to one House of Reps who was about to contest primary in PDP. That news that time was that he used the police attached to him arrest that House of Reps man who wanted to contest as a governorship candidate under PDP.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw how the thing happened. That man was not allowed to contest that election. He held him. So they will use those state police to fight their enemies. They are not right now. I concur with the former commissioner of police. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You were saying something.
Yes.
He's saying people will start using state police to fight
Opponents. Is that not what I told you about Rimi's experience?
But I don't believe in that. I don't.
Hold on. Rimi's own is just one isolated case. I have to use his own because it was documented. There were so many. It was happening in Southwest here now. Operation Wete of 1965 election between NDC then and the Action Group.
An action group. Please hold on. Let's take
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, welcome.
Morning, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm building Lawal from Isolo.
Okay.
Sir, concerning the Amotekun issue, the federal government said they should not hold arms. And these criminals or these bandits, or we call them, are having AK-47 on them. How can they attack them? Somebody with barefooted hand, nothing on him to attack to protect himself, with people with AK-47. That's my submission. Morning, sir.
All right. Thank you. You see?
Well, the thing is this.
No. But I don't know if you will still remember to answer this one. We were saying something in 1966. You stopped.
65 election. I was saying about Action Group.
Yes.
During the Action
Before
Group.
you answer that question.
Yes, during the Action Group stroke. Action Group was Awolowo's group. And Akintola's New Nigerian Development Democratic Congress, NDC. That time, they were using Western police against their opponents. It is the aggregation of what was happening in the North and the West that made the military say, look, all this regional police is unacceptable. Harmonize all of them and have one central Nigeria police force under the supervision of one Inspector General of Police. And that has been the practice ever since then. Even in the Nigerian Constitution of 1979, during the Second Republic, it was the same. And it is the same components that they brought into the 1999 Constitution as amended, that we just have one central police. I mean, for state police to come up, like I said earlier, it has to take a while. Let us get more matured. Let us get ripe politically. Then it can come in. Then as regards the issue of firearms for Amoteku,
yes,
the federal government is not stopping anybody from bearing firearms. But their concern is what caliber of firearms are you going to bear? It has to be licensed. If they approach the federal government...
Did you say they didn't stop anyone from bearing firearms?
Yes.
Can we take a look at the issue of Benue?
No, hold on.
Where the federal government said bluntly no.
They didn't say no. What they are saying is that you follow the due process. You apply for the arms. Then the National Security Advisor...
Otom did.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
We are coming.
Okay.
Were you there when he submitted an application? You're not there now. Forget what politicians are talking.
Is in the news.
Follow the due process. Apply. The Security Council and the National Security Advisor's Office will look at it and look at the caliber of arms you're asking for. If it is completely prohibited firearms, they may not authorize you to have that. But if it is maybe pump action, which is equally pungent and very terrible in devastating enemy, you can secure approval for it. Once they give you approval for it, you process the papers and import them and arm your people with that. But they have to be under the supervision of the police and maybe the military and some other armed agencies. It's not for you to just carry it and be using it anyhow. Even the rifles or arms being used, the small arms being used by the police, the other security agencies, and the military, they are not personalized firearms. They are service firearms. And what that means is that you sign for it, do your duty with it, and when you are done, you return it back to the armory and sign it off. So can you have such controls when you begin to give it to these quasi pseudo security outfits? Some of them will carry the thing and go to their houses, and only God knows what they'll be doing behind when they are not on duty.
And you feel that the federal government cannot put measures in place to check?
Let them
things?
finish checking the government agencies they have first before they begin to check that of the pseudo quasi outfits.
Let's take this call.
Yes.
Let's take the hold on, please. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Mr. Henry Wanda,
Good to have you.
calling from Oribe.
Good to have you join us.
Yeah, please, I want to talk to the commissioner.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You see, these are the people, the type of police officers who would like to be in the police. Or let them make him a lecturer, police lecturer. Let him educate police and give the strategies to work. That man is a complete gentleman in the police. I heard the way he worked when he was in service, which is absolutely good.
Thank you.
The way he mobilized people to do work for the police instead of demanding money for him instead to carry out the work. But he did it systematically by saying that this is what I want. This is what I want. Does such officers exist today? The answer is no. So please, I will intervene a good thing for such people to be made lecturers, police lecturers. Let him be lecturing them, giving them recitations and whatnot. So and that is why you see him today. He's still alive.
Thank you.
Sound already. That is the work of God towards him for his past works he did to the public. So let him not think that maybe he enjoyed the police respect and things like that. That is made him to be alive. No, it is his good work that made him to be alive today. God is paying him back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate your call.
I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. He's saying for state police, wait.
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
And some persons are really not okay, you know.
It is in our
When you
in
say
our
that.
own collective interest. It's in the general public interest. That's why I'm saying this.
Are you
I'm being very
Are
objective.
you sure you're not rubbing shoulders with some people somewhere
No.
in saying this?
No. I'm a very
Hello, good afternoon.
Hold on, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is Adam.
Welcome.
My name is Adam.
Welcome.
Yes, sir,
Welcome.
I'm,
Adam.
I'm calling. Hello. I'm calling from Ikotun.
Okay.
I greet former commissioner of police. In fact, somebody like this commissioner of police needs to be re-employed as a consultant to train and had an intelligent. Because this man is very, very intelligent, very quiet man who knows police work very, very well. I'm a Yoruba man, but I like this man. We need somebody like this man to come and educate the people, the present police officer. Please, let's find a way. Let's find the way they recruit this man back, or maybe take him as a consultant to educate the police officer and the public generally. This man is a very good man, and you live long in your life.
Man.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
God
Thank
bless you.
On the flip side, Commissioner,
Yes.
if you're asked to come back, will you come back? Do you still have the strength to do all of it?
Well, what they are suggesting is not for me to go back to general duties or wear uniform again.
If you're asked to go back
No, to go
general
back
duties.
as a consultant. No, I've paid my dues. I've done my bit. But I can mentor people. That if you look at the aggregate of what they are saying, but it's not for me to go and ask them to re-engage me to mentor. It's left for them to value what I can offer and look for me and say, come and do it. Who am I to say no? I will oblige them, whether they are coming from the state government or from the federal government or from the police. I'm always available to render it for them.
Your muscles are still very, very.
I'm very active.
0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Crown, sir.
Good afternoon.
This is Mr. James on the line from Mafluku.
All right.
I've been following your talk this afternoon. I'm very much impressed for your guest. He's a real servant of the nation.
Thank you.
I heard what he said when he served the rivers and other states, both Abuja and everything. He's the man that we need in this nation. Even if we are possible, he can be one of the leaders in the nation. That he can a president of the nation because all that he says is real thing. So, what he's saying about the state police, Nigeria is not right for the state police. Our leaders will use it against their opponents. Say, for instance, what we are seeing in the nation today, that we are still establishing all these vigilantes like Tobago, Motoko, in the east, Enugu and Imo State, all the Tobago that they established, they are using it against their opponents. Say, for instance, there is a wedding that was held in Imo State some time ago, in all precisely. Group of boys attended their friend's traditional wedding. On their way coming, a Tobago caused them, and about 20 of them were killed in cold blood. Who did this? Governor of Imo State. If we go to my hometown, my brother, if we hardly see a single youth, the man does not want anybody that will challenge his or say anything about what he's doing in the state. If he says so, your life is in danger. So as this my young man is saying, or this my old man is saying, he is somebody that we need. Please, if they are possible, let's call him back to come and to orient all these police officers because they are doing nothing. Now, they ban Okada in some areas. You cannot use your own private Okada to move an inch. You not carry a passenger, but if they see police saw you on your own private Okada, they will arrest you and ask personally, why do you ride Okada? If you want to ride your private machine, you're supposed to remove the seat. Is it possible for someone to remove the seat in the bike? To be going to be sitting on top of ordinary iron? Please, sir, we need your help. We are dying in this nation. Go back to if they call you back, go and orientate all these police people and let them know why they are there to help people. God bless you.
Bless you too.
God bless you.
Thank you.
0700 903 903 903 is the number to call, or you can drop a WhatsApp message. Right, you can drop a WhatsApp message, and I think someone was asking. He said, "Good afternoon, CP. Please, I want to know if you are still in service." You know, someone is actually sending that, and he said he wants to know if you're still in service.
No. I've disengaged, but I'm very active.
Hello.
Yeah, yes. Good day.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
All right, this is coming from Yanokwaja.
Okay.
All right, I want to say a very big thank you to Commissioner of Police.
Thank you.
I really like what he said. Because one thing I observed in what he said bringing back the state is not the solution to this problem. Let us tackle what we have at hand. First, before going into all those, because if you can see around us, you have different kinds of
agencies.
Hello. Let's go.
Okay.
But I still want to believe that, with the level of insecurity we have,
yes,
especially kidnappings.
Okay.
We need a closer eye. We need an eye. We need a closer watch.
Yes.
On some of this.
You need to. Yes, you can get that achieved through sensitizing the rurals.
You answer that question. Yeah. We lost this call. But please call back, okay? 0700 903 903 903.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. I'm very happy for your program for the Commissioner of Police. Please help me give you a shekere.
Okay. Let me give him this one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Actually, I love all those stories you said. It was very hard. Can you see a Nigerian police judge somebody and put somebody free? Very hard for Nigeria now. Once you are brought to station, they must stop money from your hand. They cannot listen to the complainant or the person they bring to the station and free the person as as make the peace. They will stop money from their hand. It's very hard. Let us learn how to keep our country neat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah.
Thank you. And that boils down to this issue of orientation that a lot of callers have raised. They need constant orientation and reorientation by way of lectures. They need it seriously. As far as issue of extorting money from members of the public is unprofessional, is unacceptable, and it is illegal. That is the truth of the matter. The public are very appreciative, Nigerians. They are very, very appreciative. If you do a good job, they will look for you and come and thank you. But we should not expect every work we do, we receive thank you. After all, for those of us who are Christians, Christ, after healing 12 lepers, at the end of the day, only one came back. And the question was, where are the others? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe I'll tell you where they are after this call. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is John calling from Alagbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he at Lagbon Police Station?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Are you a police officer?
No. I'm not a police officer.
Okay.
All right.
But
You live in Alagbo or you work in Alagbo? It's
This
okay.
is my first time of calling.
Okay.
Welcome. Hello, go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. You were saying something. Let me not cut you. Please continue.
Yes. What I'm saying in essence is that, Christ healed. Only one came back to say thank you. So it doesn't mean that when you do things for public, you expect all of them to come and thank you. Some will go. There are others you have not even done favor for. They will look for you and come and appreciate you for your good works. It has been happening. You know, when I was...
Hold on, please. When you were, we'll continue from there.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello?
Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. Good
Good
afternoone.
afternoon, former Commissioner of Police.
Good afternoon to you.
My name is Akola. It's calling from Moshedi.
Welcome.
Well, I have heard all you said, and I still believe there are still good police officers on duty.
Thank you.
But I want to ask a question. There is something that is bothering me for where I am working.
Okay.
I'm a bus driver.
Okay.
And sometimes police will come to the place and pick one bus for pallet. They can use it like 2 or 3 hours. After them, they will leave the vehicle. They will not even give you money for fuel. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm listening. We are
Yes,
listening.
very well.
Yes.
They will not give you money for fuel.
Okay.
Maybe next 2 days, they will come again. Or if, like sometimes every day, they will pick one vehicle. They can use that vehicle for 2 hours or 3 hours. After then, they will leave the person. Any day they came and you refuse for them to use you, they will beat you black and blue and still take your motor to the police station for you to come and bear the motor.
Hey.
I want to ask, in a situation like this, what can we do?
The answer is straight. Their action is very unlawful, unprofessional, very crude, and very raw by all standards. If you find yourself in such situation, go straight to the office of the Commissioner of Police and lodge your complaint. Nobody has a right to come and take your vehicle, your own personal vehicle that has no business with the system, to go and work with it without paying for it. Unless, listen to my word, that as a union, maybe Union of Road Transport Workers of whatever name you people have, you have an understanding where the DPO will call you and plead with you that we are having challenges of vehicle. If you, on your own, during your meeting, will agree that maybe once in a while, maybe once in 2 days, we'll give you vehicle, but you fuel the vehicle, you understand what I'm saying? Then you can use it to do your patrols, and later you return. The person that will drive will be the driver of the vehicle, so that they don't damage your vehicle for you. That's a different ball game. How can somebody come and tell you to bring your vehicle? You say no. He will impound the vehicle, beat you blue and black, and take your vehicle to the station. It's unlawful. It is an act of illegality of the highest order. It is highly unprofessional, and it is not appropriate before God Almighty. That's my response to that. So don't let it continue like that. Bring it to the attention of the appropriate authority, so that when they fail to do the needful or do the right thing, we'll tell you what next to do.
You know, some Nigerians will feel that if you are taking any case, if you're reporting the police officer, you're wasting your time.
Now lie. Once you have written, be sure you have your copy documented. Let them acknowledge receipt of the complaint. Hold your own copy. And then see whether the person, the addressee, who is possibly to be the Commissioner of Police, will look at such complaint, very serious complaint like that, and he will say, nonsense, pass away. No Commissioner of Police will do that, unless it's not what the rank is wearing. He will minute it out immediately, maybe to monitoring unit or to the X squad, to look into this and respond immediately. And the CP will usually, when he does that, he will call his PA, because he receives a lot of complaints, both verbal, calls, mails. He will tell the go and photocopy this, enter it in the diary, and give this person few days to give us response, to look into this and get response on it. And then you now bring a report to the CP and say that the complaint is genuine, that is what this man is doing. And you expect him to start clapping for the man? That's immediate removal for that DPO, head of that place, of that command or division of formation. You remove him instantly and put in somebody that will be transparent and that will be professional and that will work in tandem with the people he's serving. Because when you work well with them, they will do the best for you. On their own, they even be wondering, what are we going to do for this DPO? This man is doing a lot too. There will even be some of them who are well-meaning and they are people of means who take it up to even be servicing their vehicle for them, fuel the vehicle when it comes to that. Because in some neighborhoods, there are people who are who have timber and caliber, who have money. And as social corporate responsibility, they feel that is the way I can put back to the society that made me what I am. Some of them will just walk into stations sometimes. I say, I'm so and so and so. You'll be wondering, any problem? He said, no. I've come to appreciate the way you people are doing your work. Oga, DPO, take this. He will come, look for the men and say, who are those people that are doing? Take this. I've seen things like that when I was in service. Yes. And like I was saying, when I was CP in Oyo, I used to do constructive engagement between the herders and farmers because they were always having issues on either that the cows eat crops, they will fight back by killing those cows with either poison and so on and so forth. I will go there, I will call them together, we will sit down and talk. We get interpreters and tell them, look, this is the way you manage these things. Sometimes they will travel 4 or 5 hours to come to my office in Ibadan. We will sit down, spend hours, And at the end of the day, everybody will sign memorandum of understanding. And they'll go and live peacefully. So having done that, come and see the level of appreciation. Some will carry cows, Fulanis, and bring to my house. I said they came to thank CPO for what he did. And I don't eat red meat. My wife will say, kill the cow and share to all those people working in the house.
Do you still have any of those cows?
No. We killed all of them and shared to people working for us.
All of them?
Yes.
So you don't have anyone?
No single one. What am I doing with cow? I don't have ranch.
Why not?
Then, so on the farmer side, sometimes they will load pick up with plantain, yams, rice, and so on and so forth, and bring them to the house. My wife will say, what are we doing with all these things? I said, well, it's left for you. You know, she will start distributing it to all the mobile men guarding the house, the gardeners, some women, police officers' wives association. She will send for them. She will give them. Go and share for yourselves. Those are things I mean by blessings from the public, appreciating you for the good job you have done. I didn't force them. Did I go and tell them you must bring this or bring that? No. You don't do things like that.
But that doesn't change the idea that some Nigerians have about the Nigerian police.
It depends on the way you package
yourself. They say
yourself.
They are mean.
No, it depends on the way you...
A policeman will see something that is black
and say it's white.
Say, no, this is white.
That's what I'm saying. We are different individuals. It's not the whole police. That's why I tell you, anytime I say it, I tell people, in every 12 there is Judas. There's one Judas. There could even be more than one self. So those ones are the ones smearing the image and painting the police black. I'm no longer in the system anyway, but I have to tell you the way it is. There are still good people in the police. There are still good people. So if you are in the system and you're working with fear of God, just like some of the callers were praying for me and telling me that it is my good work that God has blessed me with today that is giving me health and giving me life. I believe that strongly. You see, people don't know that this issue of karma, a lot of karma is very strong. If you see white and say it's black because of pecuniary gains, you pay dearly for it. If you don't pay for it now, you pay for it later. It will trickle down to your offspring, to your generations to come. So they should take note of that and fear God, because God is the ultimate. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, the law of nature is the same. That's the truth of the matter. Yes.
0700 903 903 903 is the number to call. All right. If you still want to be part of the conversation this afternoon, you can either send a WhatsApp message or you call in directly. The WhatsApp number is 0700 903 9039. Again, 0700 903 9039, or you call in directly 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903. And I'm talking with having a robust discussion with the former Commissioner of Police in your state. His name is Chuks and Wong. All right, and that being said, CP.
Yes.
There are some areas that we've actually mapped out.
Okay.
Some persons were told me that they will call in today.
Yes.
To actually also tell us more of those areas around Lagos.
Yes.
That we should watch out.
Yes.
What are we going to do? What are you going to do? Before you answer that question, let me see if I can take this call. Oh, I lost that call. Please call back if you can. What are you going to do about these things you've been noting all this while? Areas like Owuru. We mentioned the Owuru area.
Yes.
On the bridge and under the bridge.
Yes.
We also mentioned a long bridge.
Yes.
And
Orile Koka. Mile 2 Ojo axis.
Yeah. But then, hold on, please. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Jide. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, CP. My name is Precious.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling from Ago.
Okay.
All right. I want to thank CP so much for his eloquency and his simplicity in dishing out this information. And shows a man of integrity. I want to say thank you so much, CP. God will bless you.
Bless you.
Just like the previous callers have suggested, if you have a way of going back to making some correction in the police force, I will really encourage it, and Nigeria will really bless you for it. Please, if you really have opportunity, please do go back. And there is this issue that has been troubling my heart, and it's still talking about the security in the country, and it's still portrayed on the police system in Nigeria. There is this popular slogan that says that the police is your friend.
Yes.
And we are meant to believe that. But the outcome is not always like that. Each time a case is being reported to the police, the way you've been maltreated and forced to things that are not true and things you don't even know about, you just be forced to accept or agree to what it is. And while Steve was talking, he made mention of capital crime and non-capital crime. And these information, they may be out there in the public, but most don't know. And because of the fear that the police force has made the masses to believe, they've created this fear in the mind of people that they can't comfortably go to the police force to make them, to have a discussion as a friend they are supposed to be. How can we cure this in the society, and how can we make the masses really do what they are right and how to stand on the fundamental human rights?
Thank you.
That's my question, please.
All right.
Thank you very much. Take, for instance, this medium that we are using now is one. That is this electronic medium. Television is another one. The public should, one way or the other, impress it on the system to create avenue like this, where some Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians, can come in and educate the public on their rights, especially this area of fundamental human rights as enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution. Between sections 33 to 45 of the 1999 Constitution is there. They need to break it down, not just speaking bogus, grammar. They can do it both in pidgin English and translate it even in the native local languages, whether in Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa and other languages, so that people should be able to know their rights. The police station is a public property and is open to the public. And the police is supposed to be friendly to the public.
It's supposed to be our friend.
Yes. The only persons they should not be friends to are the men of the underworld. When they have been proven to have been involved in unlawful activities, the law will take its course. Question of, please forgive me, I won't do it again. It does not arise. The offense has been committed. Let that person get to court. Let the court forgive him. It's not a duty of the police to forgive. Their own is to investigate. There are areas police can turn their eyes on the other side, especially when it borders a bit on civil issue, like two neighbors quarreling or husband and wife quarreling, and they get to the police. Okay, you try to make peace and tell them, look, there's no need continuing this path you're doing. It will spoil a lot of things. Counsel them and ask them to go. That's the way it's supposed to be. So like he's saying about getting to some stations, everybody there is unfriendly. I don't think the DPO should be unfriendly. That's why he's there. He's there to superintend over the station, and all other superior police officers and the men are under him. So if you go to the DPO and he sounds rash or brash to your complaints, You don't need to argue. You don't even need to begin to challenge him. Say, okay, you have had him. He's under somebody. Go to the area commander with your complaint and say, see, I got to the station, I was thrown out. Maybe because I'm a poor man or because I don't have anybody to talk for me and so on and so on. There's no way the area commander will hear you and keep quiet. He will have to call the DPO and say, this so and so thing happened. He may either refer the man back to him to handle his case professionally, or he will take it up himself as the area commander. And if he fails at that level, the commissioner is there to supervise the area commander, the DPO, and the state. So there's no way you go to commissioner, you will not get what you want. The commissioner will give you justice. That's why he's the commissioner. And before he becomes a commissioner of police, he would spend nothing less than 25 years to get there. As a graduate officer, not as a rank and file. So, if you feel that maybe he's trying to compromise, there is the zone where you have the zonal AIG. And go to the AIG and say, look, what this command is doing, I'm not satisfied. I want you to take it up at the zonal level. He will quickly call them to transfer the case from the state to his office, and he will do the needful. Then, if whatever the zone is doing is not satisfactory to you, Abuja is there. The Inspector General of Police Office, go there outright, and you get what you want. If you feel the IG is very, very busy, you can go to the DIG, Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department, CIIDDIG. He will tell the AIG zone, don't worry, don't do the case again, bring it here to me in Abuja. He will handle it. So these are the various levels people should explore. I took out time to give you all these details so that tomorrow, not when you get to one post and one drunkard tell you to get out from the station, you take it that is how it is all the way. Forget the man. Don't even argue with him. Go to his higher supervising officer.
I think maybe next time we'll talk about overhauling the policing system.
I think it is necessary. It is necessary. It should be an ongoing thing. That's what everybody is saying about orientation. You're orientating the system.
Let's not go there now.
Exactly.
Yeah, some persons still want to.
We are there.
Opinion.
Yes, we are
right?
there.
Yeah, you can call 0700 903 903 903. All right. The number again is 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. To you.
Good afternoon.
My name is Divine Bernard.
Welcome.
From Ikotu.
Okay.
Hi. Now, I want to know. Now, the police should protect lives and properties majorly, right?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if they choose to protect some and leave some others. Because I can remember this NSAS protect some weeks ago that they did. Okay. I can remember the police poured some people tear gas and water, just peaceful protesters. Now, whereas around that same time, there was an issue at Yanoba area where these area boys and garage boys were fighting each other. Now, the police were aware of that. They didn't do anything about that. Some weeks later, also, there was an issue about something like that. So at around the Alaba area, the police didn't do anything about that. But when it came to peaceful protesters, they went there and started pouring them tear gas and water. I don't know. And our speaker just said something, and he said that there are maybe one out of every 12. It's like bad egg. Now, I think the bad eggs are also among the leaders of the police. Because if you start hearing stories, different stories that are going on about what the police do, even in the dead of the night, they still extort people right now in Lagos in the dead of the night. Once they see maybe your vehicle or something, they just catch you, ask you, where are you going? Why should it be outside by different? Or it's something that I've experienced. That this one I'm talking about now.
Okay. All right. The CP would answer that. Okay?
Yes. Well,
Right. Thank you.
thank you so much. Let me start with this issue. Let me start from the back.
Okay.
This issue of some policemen extorting money in the wee hours of the night. If you have been following the program from the onset, I have told you that it's unlawful, it's unprofessional, and it's illegal. Nobody had mandated them to go and begin to harass and collect money from people, because they are moving around in the night. There's no restriction of movement. There's no curfew. So you have a right to even drive around by 2, 3, 4 a.m. so long as you feel that the area is safe for you. But nothing stops police from stopping you and trying to be sure that who you are, where are you going at that hour of the night. If you're able to explain yourself well, you continue your movement. But let me even advise, if it comes to point of you must bring money because you're driving around that hour of the night, please insist that let them take you to the station, that you don't have money. You see, they'll allow you go. Because if he takes you to the station now, what will he say is your offense? It's even safer for you to go with him to the station. Then you can talk to the senior officer in the station, because there's no time a senior officer is not in a station. Like when the DPO closes, we usually have what they call incident duty officer, who is there till the next morning to take reports and guide the personnel on duty. And if there are all ones that are very urgent, he will call the attention of the DPO, who will now relay the thing to the operations or to the commissioner of police. That's the way it's done. So nobody is expected to go there and begin to extort money from people because they are moving very late. That is wrong in its entirety. Then coming to the issue of the fight at the Yonoba, where some lives were lost and all that. Let us be frank. Policemen are human beings. And if, for instance, they didn't get adequate information on the scale of violence that will likely erupt, like this is Yonoba you said, and Alaba, they have limited number of people. Do you want those few people to go there and risk their lives, that they want to separate people who are using acid, machetes, bottle, and all that? That's where the challenge comes. So if they see the magnitude like that, the best they can do is to start calling the headquarters. If headquarters can assist and mobilize people, kind of convoy movement, convoy patrol, that's what we call it, to start heading towards that direction. And all these things take time. Before they will mobilize them, they'll get to the place, the whole fracas has come to an end. So you expect them to respond adequately if they have the picture of the magnitude of what is going to come up that next day. If you put them on notice, they do what we call preemptive or proactive policing. By the next morning, around 4 or 5 a.m., before the troublemakers will come to begin to fight themselves, they will see police vehicles later in that place. And people will be telling them, don't even converge here. Go to your houses. With that, you have been able to...
Hello?
Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. The CP is here. Good afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Olawale calling from Ikeja.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I want to ask if it is proper to pay for a report when you go to police station to lodge a complaint or to make a report of the case. Because I had that experience most of the time. I went to police station to make a report. They will ask us to pay at least a minimum of 5,000 naira.
It's wrong.
Case report.
It's wrong. It's wrong. You don't pay to make complaints.
Huh?
You don't pay to make complaints in the station. It's wrong.
And most of the time, if you pay that money,
yes,
the case you took to police station to make the report, there will nothing to be done about it. And even most of the time, I have an experience whereby I went to police station to report one of my furniture like that they collected money from me and didn't do my work.
Okay.
So I went to police station to report.
Let me advise you.
And the officer there told me I have to pay 5,000 naira for making the report.
Hold on.
Which I paid the money.
Okay. Now, let me clear one thing for your information and for the general public knowledge and information. You don't have to pay to make your complaint. If you come to the station and want to make a complaint and they say you pay, tell them, okay, you're coming back. Leave them. Leave that station. Go to the area commander and tell him this is what is happening in that station that they said you should pay. I don't think the area commander will tell them, clap for them that they've done well. He will call the DPO immediately and ask him, are you aware of what is happening in your station? Do you collect money to receive complaints? It's very, very wrong. It's not done. It's corruption and it's unprofessional.
How can they ask you to pay 5,000?
You don't need to pay. What they should do if they are using their head, which a lot of other people do discretionally, is after reporting, they will tell you, look, we don't have vehicle to go and make arrests. Bring vehicle. AB will follow you to go and invite the person. Then it's left for you to say, no, I don't have vehicle. Maybe let me provide money for Uber.
Okay.
Even in some cases, it doesn't make sense for you to even give them the money for the Uber. Call the Uber yourself, pay, and take them. After all, they don't know the person that they are going to arrest and they don't know the place. You're going with them now. You get there, you say, this is the house, this is the woman, or this is the man. Then they will tell the woman or the man, Madam or Oga, come, there's complaint against you. Let us go to the station so that you explain your own side of it. That's the way it's done. It's not for you to go and pay money before they will now enter what you have come to report to the police. That one is very wrong and it's illegal. It's unlawful and it's unprofessional. That's the truth of the matter.
Okay. Let's take this call.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, voice of the people.
Welcome.
Thank you.
This is Gozie calling from Ango.
All right.
Yeah, about some months ago, like March, on the March, my wife gives birth. After my wife gives birth, and somebody due to me like 255,000.
Okay.
And I'm not the owner of the money. Somebody gave me that money. Want to use it and support me for something that I should do. So after everything, when I get to, after everything, the person duped me the money. So I went to police, police, this century here. I reported the case. So they said that I should pay 2,500, and there was no cover, 1 naira for me. I plead the woman and say, please, if this money should come out, I beg, divide this money into two, so take some part, so that this money will come out. Someone said no, that it's not even here that they will tell the person, that they will send me to Ikeja. I said, hi, I don't have any money to go to Ikeja. So the woman insisted. I said, okay, I don't have any money. You guys should pay 2,500. I said, I don't have any money to pay. I came to lay the complaint so that if they can try the person, the money should come out or something like that. Maybe they take what they're supposed to take or something like that. So that is how I just left there. I feel so bad then. I felt so bad.
Have you recovered that?
Yeah,
have you recovered your money?
They do so. It's not joke.
Hold on.
They do so.
Hold on.
Have you recovered your money?
Sir?
Have you recovered your money?
I've not seen the person. I don't even know where the person lives. The person was the person is just like where I was working before. The person told us that he used to go to them, bring motor, this, that, this. I said, okay, I would like to have a shot so that I can be an independent on my own than to be working for people. So after that, he said I should have the contract said that I should let him know. And the guy said from Benue. He told me that he's from Benue. It's Stephen. So after everything, when I tell a friend, with our family friend, he gave somebody where say in the go to they bring people motor, say they give a paper, say and the motor they very very cheap there. I said okay, the guy say if the money come that he will call me. And when the money come, he called me. Say if you should go and bring the money, if you should go and bring the motor from Kutulu, then when we come back, then he will pay the remaining one because he told me whether I know the person very well. I said, hey, he told me whether I know the person very well. I said I didn't know the person very well. That the way the man is doing or something like that is a church man. The church man. Then after everything, when we went, he has to come to Alabarago. I went to Alabarago. I met him near Okada people. I called him. He come out. He took me to a place. We changed naira to CFAS. We changed naira to CFAS. Then we enter motor going to that Cotonou.
Okay, Alaba.
As we read that the border, as we drop down,
I agree.
as we drop down, I don't see the person again. I call the number switch off. I called out my brother. Say, see what they see you. I see what they see you. That's why my brother said, if I wait for him like maybe 15, 30 minutes, if I don't see that I should be coming back, say, it can happen for it to anybody. So that is how the thing went. Even when I called if I call the number, the guy will not pick. If I call the number, the guy will not pick. And there's a very number that the guy is calling in the morning before we came out. So when I called the number again, he picked the number. He said that he borrowed this number from Okada. That is Okada number.
Yeah, Frosters.
My man told me that it's not Okada number. That this is my number. Even that one and this one, sir.
It's unfortunate.
When he noticed that I was the one calling, he cannot pick my call. He's not picking my call up to today.
It's okay.
And the money just go like that.
It's unfortunate. That's a lesson. Good enough you're sharing this for the public to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Before you part with your hard-earned money, be sure you know the person to his house, know his family, know everything about what he is doing, and then be clear in your eyes whether if you put in this money, you're sure you're doing the right thing. Because once the money fizzles out.
Let's take this call, please. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Casey from Sulere.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
CP, I greet you.
Good afternoon, Casey.
God bless you, sir.
Bless you too.
Sir, we know all over Nigeria, bail is never free, no matter the offense. Bail is never free. That aspect, police are not able to break that jinx that bail is free for minor offenses. Bail is never free. The moment you get there for anything, you start with they assign an IPO to you. The IPO will start. Where is my recharge card? Where is this? Where is that? In fact, you got pissed off from the onset. This is what happened. This is just a kid. Just ask even a baby. Bail is never free in Nigeria for minor offenses. They still may, even when you get there, you see the paste. You see them paste it on their station room there. Everywhere pasted. Some person are even holding some placards. Last time, bail is free. Go there. The moment the IT will take you to a corner. You say, well, let me handle your case. So I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to call you. Or I'm not going to call you. So give me a charge card.
Wow.
You start the charge card. If they give you that, the police letterheaded paper, like this rule play sheet, the one that's within the Nigerian police, the social division.
Okay.
You pay 1,000 naira for that.
Okay.
You are given a biro by the policeman. Maybe you don't have a biro on you. You are given a biro just to write. Maybe a biro of 50 naira. You pay 1,000 naira for that one. Then this is what happens. You go there and say, I have my own place sheet. I have my own biro. You still have to pay for bail, pay for what they call it, the bail bond that I'm going to sign it, I'm going to photocopy it, I will give DCU, I'll give DPU. They just propound so many things around it that you just want to get the person out of the place. And you have to pay because you want to get the person. Man of maybe two fighting. just let me just take the person home.
Okay.
You have to part with something. You have to part something.
Yeah.
That's my first point. The second point, if you watch between Doing and Urile, they have parked so many vehicles that got an accident. This morning there was a very big trailer there. It has taken part, three quarter of the road now. So many vehicles parked there that are involved in one accident or the other, or they are broken down. Even this morning as I was coming, the police inspector was fighting one of the drivers of the vehicle.
Really?
He said, what is policeman? He said, Oga never say no go comot am now. The case he did. His express road now back that people have to be shifting towards the pavement. It has taken the quarter of the road as I go now. It's just between Relay bus stop and go and see by yourself.
Okay.
So trailers, containers, tankers, so many utility vehicles involved. That they're all parked there. What are they doing here? This is never saying come out. Someone saying this is because the news at night. So people can just run into this thing and just die. So that's just my complaint. Please break that bail is free jinx is still happening all over Nigeria, even in my village.
Okay.
Somebody stole a mattress. The person who the mattress said, "Oh, forget the mattress. How much is the mattress? Forget the mattress." But for the fact that the guy has gone there, let's go and bring him home. They were telling us an amount bigger than the cost of the new mattress.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. You see, I said this. I asked this question earlier.
Yes.
As regards bail.
Yes.
If it's really, really free.
Bail is free. So if somebody is compelling you to bring money for bail, leave the person and go to the higher authority. And you will come to confirm what I'm just telling you. Immediately he gets call, possibly from the area commander or from the CP. The tone will change. He will say, no, I didn't ask him for money for bail. He will deny outright. I'm telling you.
Wow.
The thing is that the public are always in a hurry. Nobody will want to follow the law, the full hog, to exercise their fundamental rights. Because if you ask me to go and bring this for me, I'll ask you for what? If you feel I have committed an offense, charge the matter to court. And you cannot, when I have a reliable shorty who is here that will produce me anytime you want me, and you tell me you're going to detain me for a minor offense, it's not possible. You make it clear to the officer that he's overstepping his bounds.
Wow.
And that if he does that, you will sue him to court personally, not going to join in the DPO or join in the...
Can you really say that to an officer?
Why wouldn't you say that? It's your right.
Wow.
It's your right.
Wow.
What are the lawyers there for? They are there to help you and ensure that your rights are protected. So he will not say because you didn't bring money, he will go and put you away and lock you up. Lock you up for what? It is high time people should ensure they exercise their rights. That's the truth of the matter. So if somebody is, illegally detained unnecessarily, you have to either use your lawyer or use your relation or your friends to get to a higher authority to bring their attention to the wrongdoing, and the action, the illegal action being perpetrated at that police level.
Okay.
That's just the way it is supposed to be. So for somebody to say that bail has to be paid for, it is wrong. You don't pay for bail. Bail is free. Yes. That's no matter. You see, where people are mixing it up.
I think we'll keep an eye on that.
Yes, it is free. where they are mixing it up is that in some cases, when matters go to court, the court will give very stringent condition that the shorty should produce this person so and so debt, and that the grounds for the bail is that the shorty should be ready to deposit 1 million, for instance, if in the event they look for this man or this woman, they don't see the person. So that you know the gravity of the case. And it's a different thing. That one is a court order or court directive. It is different from somebody coming to tell you that you have to pay this before you get your freedom. It's not tenable.
Thank you so very much, CP. Let's see if we can take one or two more calls before we wrap things up this afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you move away from your radio set? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're still close to your radio set now. Please, just move away from your radio set or just turn it off. Turn it off, or so we can have a good. You can hear me and I can also hear you. Okay. Yeah. 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, Ugochukwu calling from Ekoto.
Thank you. Thank you, Ugochukwu.
Calling from Ekoto.
Okay,
you're welcome.
Quickly, please.
I want to ask a question to my city there.
Go ahead.
Is there in any condition that you came to police station to settle an issue and a policeman slap you?
Wrong. He has no right to slap anybody.
Okay.
If he does that, it's an assault against you, which, if you have evidence, you make a charge against him. And the police have a way of dealing with such infractions.
Okay.
Yes. He has no right whatsoever to do that. That's an assault.
All right.
Yes. And you should, too, be mindful not to slap back, since two wrongs can never make a right. Because if you slap back, you have spoiled your case.
Oh, really?
Yes. They will bring it that, because if you slap a policeman, knowing fully well that he's a policeman, they call that one serious assault. And the gravity is, if it's charged to court, the magistrate will not be lenient with you. They'll ask you, why did you slap back? So when you're slapped, try to establish your case with evidence and all that.
Okay. CP, we have to go now.
Yes.
I don't know if I should take one more call, but no, let's go. But you know what? If you were listening, please, the CP will be here again with me on Tuesday. Okay? Yeah. Tuesday from 12:30 or 12:15. CP will be here again on Tuesday. So compile your questions and he will answer all of them. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday. Don't forget, Tuesday and Thursday on this station. This is Voice of the People, VOP 90.3 FM. And I've been having a good discussion, a very robust one, with CP Chooks. Yeah. He was a former commissioner of police in Oyo State. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you
for showing up.
Thank you.
We'll have you again on Tuesday by the special grace of God.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Time to go. What can I say? Thank you again and again for participating. Let's do this again on Tuesday. But I'll be here again tomorrow by the special grace of God from 12:15 till 3 p.m. like every weekday. My name is Jude. Ikami Jude. On social media, I am Ikami Jude. Ikami Jude is spelled IKAMIJUDEH. IKAMIJUDEH. One word, okay? I'll see you again tomorrow. Until tomorrow.